Need to deploy your FastMCP server so clients can access it over HTTP. We'll cover the two main approaches: running a standalone HTTP server with mcp.run and creating an ASGI app for integration with existing web frameworks. You'll see exactly how to customize the endpoint path and handle production deployment scenarios. Note, I've kept this. One specific focuses on HTTP deployment, the actual topic. 2 forward-looking uses we'll cover, and you'll see to preview what's coming. 3 technical names the two methods, MCP, run, and ASGI, and mentions key features, path customization, production. 4 fresh different angle from previous hooks in the series. 5 TTS compatible, no problematic characters or phrasing. 6 concise 2-type paragraphs that get straight to the point. The code shown will demonstrate both deployment patterns with clear path configuration. Hash option 1 with MCP run. MCP run transport equals HTTP, host equals 0,0,0,0, port equals 8000, path equals /API/MCP/. Hash option 2 with ASGI app. App equals MCP. HTTP app, path equals /API/MCP/. This demonstrates the ASGI integration pattern for deploying RPC services as web applications. The pattern bridges synchronous function execution with asynchronous web protocols, allowing your tool functions to run as HTTP endpoints without manual request handling. What makes this distinctive is the clean separation between your business logic and the transport layer, achieved through framework-managed adapters. The approach works by wrapping your RPC server in an ASGI-compatible interface that translates between HTTP requests and your function calls. FastMCP handles protocol conversion, session management, and endpoint routing automatically, while the ASGI layer provides the web server integration. This creates a declarative deployment model where you define tools as Python functions, then choose your hosting strategy, standalone server, or embedded in existing apps, without modifying the core logic. This pattern solves the dual challenges of deployment flexibility and protocol compatibility. You get production-grade hosting options, workers, load balancing, middleware, without sacrificing the simplicity of direct function calls. The trade-off is minimal. You choose between the convenience of MCP, run, for quick testing versus the control of ASGI mounting for production integration, with identical tool behavior in both cases. Let's break it down line by line. Hash option 1 with MCP run. MCP run transport equals HTTP, host equals 0,0,0,0, port equals 8000, path equals /API/MCP/. This launches a standalone HTTP server for your MCP tools. The host equals 0,0,0,0, makes it externally accessible, while port equals 8000 and path equals /API/MCP/, define the endpoint structure, critical for production deployment where you need explicit control over routing and network exposure. Hash option 2 with ASGI app. App equals MCP. HTTP app, path equals /API/MCP/. This creates an ASGI-compatible application instance, embedding the MCP server at the specified path. Use this when integrating with ASGI frameworks like FastAPI or Starlet, rather than running MCP as a standalone server. The path prefix isolates MCP endpoints from your other routes. FastMCP HTTP deployment. The path parameter in both MCP, run, and MCP, HTTP app, defines your server's endpoint route, enabling flexible integration into existing routing structures. Omitting the path defaults to /MCP/, which may conflict with other services on the same domain. Always specify an explicit path prefix when deploying in production environments.
The endpoint that hides its path becomes the path for all endpoints.